Hey guys. In today's video, I want to talk about retirement. And for some of you, that might be a fantastic word, something you're looking forward to. But for a lot of you, I think it's something that probably scares you. A lot of people are not prepared for retirement. And not just that, but not able to retire like perhaps they want to. Before I get into that, let me just explain that this is another video aimed at those of you who are over 40, 50, 60, getting on in age and perhaps closer to the age where you'd like to retire. But also for those of you who are interested in getting into YouTube and might be thinking about YouTube as something to do either in retirement or for retirement. To help maybe accelerate when it is you'll be able to retire, whatever that means for you. So yeah, I'm going to deliver this video the same as I have been for the last few, and that is, I'm not using a teleprompter. I've just got a few bullet points on my tripod so that I don't miss anything, and I'm going to try to do this in one take. I'm starting to get more comfortable doing this, but still not 100% comfortable. And I'm trying to also demonstrate that if you are interested in getting into YouTube and perhaps this is something that's holding you back, you don't feel like you can do this, talk to a camera, it's something that you can learn, like I have, and I'd like to help you learn how to do that. So this is another video like that, and I'm not going to be worried if I mess up a little bit, if I forget to say something. Well, that's what I got my notes for. Any mistakes, I may be saying and ah too much. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to be authentic and just tell you what I want to tell you. So yeah, this is awkward. It's awkward talking to a camera like this. If you've never done it, then I highly suggest that you give it a try if YouTube is something you want to do. Because, yes, there are YouTube channels that exist where people don't show their faces, but really, if you can show your face in your videos and be real with people, have like a real conversation with people, it will help you. It really will help your viewers connect with you and want to see more from you. So I encourage you to try to give that a shot. So, but with that out of the way, let me just refer to my notes. Yes, so retirement. A lot of us are worried, okay, that we don't have enough saved for retirement. What is retirement anyways? Like if we think of it in a traditional sense, retirement is when our parents, our grandparents finished working and then retired. They had enough money saved up, or they had a pension, private or through the government, that allowed them to continue living their lifestyle for the rest of their years. That's traditional retirement. More and more these days, people aren't able to retire like that. And there's a couple reasons. Well, times are tougher now. I truly believe times are harder these days to make ends meet. You know, if you go back a couple generations, one income per family was typically enough. These days, it usually isn't. You usually need two incomes, and even then, sometimes people have to work second and third jobs to make ends meet. So things are difficult. It's hard to save. On top of that, these days, compared to 50, 60, 70 years ago, we're living longer. Or we're living longer and maintaining our health so that we're able to do more things later in life. If you go back to the 50s and the 40s, 1940s, once you got up over 60, 70, certainly, people weren't as mobile, they weren't as healthy as the 60, 70-year-olds and 80-year-olds are today. Advancements in medicine, nutrition probably play a role. So because of that, though, if we think of 65 as the traditional retirement age, 100 years ago, that might have meant another 15, 20 years of life after retirement. Today, it's probably 30 plus years, right? So that's a lot longer time that you have to have money for. And things are more expensive today, too. So that's why it's hard. And that's why I believe people are stressing about this. So they're looking for other things. What can we do to make ends meet? Is YouTube an answer? And yes, it potentially can be an answer for you. So I want to get into this a little bit more. Let me explain. You might be thinking, okay, YouTube, get monetized, right? 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Once you reach that, you're monetized, and now you can start raking in the money. It doesn't really work like that. Yes, those are the requirements for getting monetized in, I keep using air quotes, I got to stop that. Those are YouTube's requirements for earning revenue from YouTube. Okay, so a share of the revenue they collect when they serve ads on your videos. Okay, that's AdSense, and you get to share with that. But you need to have a very large channel if the money you get from AdSense is going to be enough to live off of, generally. Okay, I got monetized a few months ago, but the money that comes in from AdSense nowhere near would support me and my family in retirement. It's nice, but a couple $100 here and there, maybe 1,000 or more on a good month, that's not usually enough. So my channel would have to be a whole lot bigger if I were just to rely on AdSense. And a lot of people get hung up on AdSense and getting monetized and are worried about, how long is it going to take to get monetized? Whereas, and I was guilty of that too, but I'm here to tell you that it was kind of an eye-opener, and the way I analyze my videos now, as you would find out as well once you get monetized, is that you don't look at the same things. So for me, I hit 1,000 subscribers way before I got the 4,000 watch hours. Okay, and I think that's fairly typical. But sometimes the reverse happens. Sometimes people will get the watch hours before the subscribers. So because of the way it happened with me, I then spent time on analyzing, how can I increase my watch hours? How long is that going to take? And I got hung up on that. I did more live streams, right? That helps with the watch hours. I continue to do live streams because I think they're fun. And it helps grow the channel for not just watch hour reasons, but other reasons as well. But so I got hung up on the watch hours. Now that I'm monetized, I can see that really it's not the watch hours that are as important. It's more so the views, because revenue is based on the ads that are served, and that's based on views. Okay, but all that aside, that is perhaps the smallest revenue stream that you can get from a YouTube channel, from a business that uses a YouTube channel as its foundation. So let me explain what else we can do. Before I get into the other ways you can make money and how much you can make with these other ways, there's some other points that I want to bring to your attention to keep in mind. So, and these I've got written down here. The first one is that you need to start, let me reword this, start YouTube before you need to. Okay, so start before you need to, and I think it's obvious what that means, but basically don't wait until you've either retired from your job or got laid off from a job or quit your job. If you still need income, don't wait until those things happen to start a YouTube channel. And the reason is because it takes time to build a channel up to a point where it can give you a half-decent income. Okay, so you want to start early, way before you need to, and start practicing. Start getting used to what's involved. Learn about cameras. The best way to learn is to make a video like this, sitting in front of the camera, maybe with a couple bullet points. Try to do it without a teleprompter. The first time you do it is going to seem really weird. And you may think you look silly and sound silly, but upload it anyways. Like, that's you practicing. So yeah, give it a shot. Start before you need to, and then start going through the process. And it may take a year, 2, 3 years. It happens for some people much faster if they put a lot of time into it. But that's the bottom line. It takes time. And that'll depend, how long it'll take will depend on how much time you have to devote to it and how serious you take it. Are you going to treat it like a business? So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is hobby first. Treat it as a hobby first, because you really do have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy YouTube in order to stick with it. For a lot of people, it takes longer than they thought it would take or than they would like it to take. So because of that, if they're not enjoying it and it's work to them, it's going to be an easy thing to give up on. Okay? So that's why, so start early, treat it like a hobby. So treat it like something you want to do. Make your videos be about something you're either really good at and can talk a lot about, or something you really enjoy. Like, maybe you've got hobbies that you've done over the years and learned a lot about. Well, start making videos about them. Or and it can be videos, like when you're making videos like that, make sure you're trying to help people too, right? If you're trying to help people, then people will be more apt to want to listen to you and want to come back and see more of your videos. That's a good way to grow your channel. Okay, so that's the second point. The third point is I want to explain the power of YouTube, so that you understand. The growth of YouTube is exponential. Okay, as long as you can continue to post consistently, and you may have heard that before, consistency is key. And what does that mean? Post every week or post twice a week, post every day, whatever consistency means to you, whatever you can comfortably do and maintain that schedule. So, weekly is nice if you could do that. More is nice as well. But whatever you can do without too much trouble, try to do that and be consistent with it. And if you can do that, that's when you'll notice, like when the growth starts to happen, it'll start to happen fast. Okay, so, and the reason is, one of the reasons is, once you get so many videos, let's say you have to make 50 videos before you start to get some traction, right? You get a few views, a few subscribers, and then maybe after 20 or 50, whatever the number is for you, it's different for everybody, it starts to increase. So at that point, it's like, okay, you're on your way. Continue feeding that machine. Like, continue making videos. And now you're probably even better at making videos than you were when you started, right? So now your videos, perhaps the retention numbers are getting higher, which means YouTube is serving it up to more people, more potential viewers. And your thumbnail designs and your title designs are probably getting better, right? So because of all that, now your videos are starting to get more and more good views, good subscribers, more growth than your earlier videos. But on top of that, you're adding to an existing catalog, and the relative success of those new videos are helping to boost the older videos, so everything starts to pick up. So, you can go, like, if we're talking months, you can go 5 subscribers, and then 6, and then 7, then 10, then maybe 20, then maybe 50, then maybe 500, right? Like, that's how it could go if you keep feeding the machine, okay? So that's one of the things. That's the power, okay? Now, the other thing to keep in mind about the power of YouTube is that it's a relatively passive income once you get going, all right? So once that growth happens, and whether you're monetized and earning income that way, or you're earning income in another way that I'm about to get into, however you're earning money, as your YouTube engine is growing, your income will grow, and you'll even be able to start taking time off if you want to. Let's say you had to take a month off and you didn't post anything. You're still going to have growth at that point. Okay, whatever point you are at when you stop, you'll still have growth. And I actually made a video a couple weeks ago that outlined my growth journey the last 3 years that took me that I've taken to get to this point, and I walk you all the way through it. And there are several different periods. There was one period there I went 13 months without posting anything, and I show you how it still grew during that time. Okay, so I'll leave a link to that video if you want to check that out. But so that's the power. So it's a relatively passive income. Okay, you could still earn money because of all of the videos you've already posted, right? And the amount that you earn can continue to grow month over month if you keep feeding that machine. Okay, so that's the power. The next thing to keep in mind is YouTube needs time. And I already did mention that, but hear me out here. When you first start YouTube, they don't know you. YouTube doesn't know you, and YouTube doesn't know your audience. They don't know who you're trying to reach. Or better put, they don't know who is the ideal viewer for your video or your videos. Okay, so they need time. And so why do they need time? Well, more accurately, what they need is data. Okay, once you start putting videos on your channel, you're going to start with the first one. Those first videos, you can try to help YouTube along by putting proper keywords in your title, in your description, right? Write a comprehensive description that describes what you're talking about and make sure the keywords are in there, whatever it is you're talking about. And tags, make sure you put tags in there. So those are some clues for YouTube. But then it's ultimately up to, like, they will serve it up to, a sample of people. Some will click to view it, some won't, right? If your thumbnail and title are great, then the better they are, the higher the click-through rate will be. That's good. So the better you can get at making thumbnails. And I'm not saying they have to be fancy and all kinds of different things layered and all this stuff. My thumbnails lately are pretty simple. It's usually just a screenshot from my videos like this with maybe some text on it, maybe not. So you don't really have to get that fancy with it's more about, combining your thumbnail with your title, and together, is that something that people want to click? And then once they click, the retention, how good is your video at keeping people watching your video? So you'll get better at that over time. But also over time, so you give YouTube this, they run your first video, you may or may not get very many views, but that's okay. Now you're making another video, right? You do it again, more keywords, try to stick on the similar niche, okay? Because that'll help YouTube, especially in the beginning. Like, they'll try, if you got a few subscribers, a few viewers the last time, well, then they'll probably try to serve this up to similar people the next time, and you may get a few more views and so on. So that's why they need time. They need data from you. So upload consistently and give them that data. Refer to my notes here. You don't need fancy equipment is the next thing. I'm using a half-decent camera, but when I make a video outside, I use my iPhone. That's all I use. And that's all you really need. Just an iPhone. Well, not all you need. If you have an iPhone on a tripod, maybe a half-decent mic, right? That's really all you need. You don't even need the half-decent mic. Like, the mic in your iPhone is okay. If you want to up that a little bit in quality, you can get a lav mic, right? And that'll help tremendously. So yeah, that's all you need to start. Most of us have cameras in our phones, and that's really all you need to start. The cameras in our phones, like this is an iPhone 14. It does 4K, 30 frames per second. That's how I film my videos. It's got great color. So that's really all you need. So don't let lack of equipment hold you back. So yeah, how? Now let's answer, how do we make money? Especially, so you said, Rob, AdSense and the ad revenue, that's not the main way to make money with YouTube. Well, then what's the main way? That is a way. But there are several other better ways. If you really want to grow YouTube into an income that can provide for you and that you can retire doing, right, then you want to look at these things. You want to look at affiliate sales. Become an affiliate, specifically of Amazon, because then you can promote anything that sells through Amazon, right? If people click on a link that you put in your description for a product that is sold on Amazon and they buy, you'll earn a commission, okay? Successful content creators make more money, way more money on affiliate sales than they do on AdSense revenue. So keep that in mind. And also, you don't have to wait to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to become an affiliate through Amazon. And when I say Amazon, I mean, that's only one. That's probably the biggest one. But maybe there's software that you use and that you would like to promote, that you love and you want to promote to your audience that has to do with the niche that you're making videos for, right? Try to become an affiliate of that software and promote it in your description as affiliate links. You can make a lot of money that way, okay? Another way is brand deals, okay? So again, any product that has to do or is related to what you're talking about in your videos, that is a potential company that may want to sponsor you. So typically, sponsor deals would come after you get monetized. They're not really related, but they'd like to see some growth in channels, typically, brand companies, before they start paying people to make videos. And then you may have companies offer you free product, right? Or offer you money to make either dedicated videos of their products or create like a little ad spot, maybe a 30-second or a 60-second ad read within your videos, okay? So those are ways that sponsors pay content creators, and a lot of content creators, brand deals are the top money-making revenue stream for them, okay? So that is huge. That's potentially huge, depending on what it is you're making videos about, okay? So, and then the last one I want to mention, there's several parts to it, is digital products. And that could be huge as well. Better than affiliate sales, because if you create a digital product that you've made or paid somebody to make for you through Fiverr or something like that, a digital product can be downloaded infinite number of times and you would make money every time you sold that. So if you're selling digital products, okay, you would make money every time you sold a copy of a file or files or whatever, right? So, but digital files, they can be anything really. They could be templates like a Canva template or Camtasia or Premiere Pro templates, like video editing templates, guides, like you could create a guide, a how-to guide, how to do certain things, whatever it is you're making videos about. You can create guides. You can give some away for free, and they can be lead magnets. So for example, click a link below if you want my free whatever, and then you can collect email addresses in exchange for that free thing. And then once you have something to offer your audience, then you could potentially monetize that yourself without having to go through YouTube ads. Okay, so courses is another example. You can create a course, like a video course, like I've done, and then sell that, right? You could sell multiple courses. You could do one-on-one coaching. You can offer that. Downloads, I've written down. Merch is another one, merchandise. So again, depending on what it is you're making videos about, maybe there's an opportunity to, I don't know, like your brand. Whatever your brand is, maybe you have a logo. Well, you could start making hats with the logo and t-shirts. Once you build trust and have a loyal following, a loyal audience, and they trust you because you've given them lots of free stuff, whether it's free advice through videos or free downloads, motivating speeches, whatever it is, however you're helping your audience, that goes towards building trust with them and helps them become a loyal follower. Those are your people, right? And I believe everybody has a potential audience out there just waiting for them to be found. Okay, that's kind of the way I look at it. You may think you might not have anything interesting to say. Well, if you really look at it and actually sit down and brainstorm and write some things down, write down everything you're good at, everything you enjoy to do in your off time, what it is you talk to family and friends about when you're, just hanging out in the evenings or whatever. Write some of that stuff down. And don't worry if you're not an expert in any of that stuff, because that's where, I mean, you might have heard the term imposter syndrome comes in. That's when you don't feel like you know enough about something to talk about it. Try not to let that bother you, because really, in order to help people through YouTube, you only need to be a couple steps ahead of where they're at, and they will want to listen to you. If you know something that they don't know yet, you can help them, right? You just have to figure out how. And provide that through videos. And then later on, once you have a sizable audience, you can start to monetize that and turn that into a business. Okay, so last thing I'll mention is that I want to stress that I don't see YouTube as a get-rich-quick scheme at all. It takes a lot of work if that's what you want to do. If you want to use YouTube to earn an income, whether it's for retirement, during retirement, or like well before, just as your job, it takes time and a lot of effort, and you have to kind of approach it as a business. But all the while, you need to have fun with it, and that's why I say treat it as a hobby as well. I mean, it can be a hobby, but if you can be intentional about your decision making in terms of what videos to make. And really try to have a strategy in place, like what videos to make next, and then maybe have a whole outline of the types of videos you'd like to make over time, and you can pump them out consistently, and you get some systems in place, and you have fun doing it. Then it could be a wonderful retirement, and I don't mean necessarily loads and loads of money. You never know. You could be very successful at whatever you decide to do. But any amount of money that you can earn, I mean, really, there are people out there with YouTube channels, believe it or not, who don't make any or much money and still have a load of fun. Okay? The icing on the cake is when some revenue does start to come in. And when the revenue does start to come in, knowing that if you keep doing what you're doing, that revenue should only increase over time, that can be exciting, and then you might have something. You might have your ticket to retirement, or ticket to something to do in retirement. Okay, so I hope this helps clarify things for you. I wish you the best of luck if you decide to do this YouTube journey. If you decide to talk to a camera like this without a teleprompter. I don't know how long this video ended up being. I think it's longer than I wanted it to be, but I hope you stuck with it and enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video. Thanks, guys. Bye. Test. Test. Hi. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rob, and Hey guys. In today's video, I want to talk to the over 40 crowd again. This is another video in this series that I've been doing. And I'm going to follow the same type of video. Hey guys, today's video is going to be similar to the last. Hey guys. Hey guys, today's video is going to be another in. Kind of trying to do two things at once here, showing you guys how you can make a video like this.